Anyways, I think I was getting a bit long and rambly on my little tangent about games. But yeah, in general, it's like, yeah, cool, I lost all my save data. Now I have an excuse to replay all these great games. And so that's basically what I've been doing lately. Went back to Dark Souls. And then, okay, then there was... So we closed that little discussion thread. Now what got us off to that in the first place? It was something about... I can't remember at this point. Why was I talking about Dark Souls? It was like... Oh yeah, speaking is... Because yeah, it was like, oh, speaking of blank, I've been playing Dark Souls, and oh, speaking of blank, I lost all my PS3 data, and speaking of losing my data, this topic, except I can't remember what that first blank was. The thing with wind monsters in this game is they're arguably, even though the clown is like super good, like yeah, so just to show it off, so as you can see, he's level 3, but his magic is level 6. So once we get, like we've got like our starting familiar at level 20, so if you just think, once we get Win here to level 20, he'll have level 40 magic. So as long, like he'll be pretty squishy, he won't be able to tank damage or anything, but like his magic will be strong enough to kill monsters that are like double his level. Assuming they aren't fire monsters, which is the problem, which is the weakness of the clown familiar, I think, which is their elemental type. Arguably, wind is actually the worst type of familiar to have in this game, just because, or at least to clear the game, because I've mentioned before about how different floors kind of tend to be stronger in a particular element, just based on, you know, what types of monsters are on that floor. And on the topmost floors of the dungeons, there are like 2 or 3, it's like mostly really powerful fire monsters on the last like 5, 6, 7 floors of the dungeon. It's all super powerful fire monsters, which means that, yeah, wind familiars are gonna have a really hard time carrying you to like the very, very end of the game. But at that point, it doesn't really matter, because once you get to like those last like 6 or 7 floors, then you can just dive and just try to avoid combat altogether. And oh man, actually, I feel like I can. Yeah, we can get the. Oh right, I forgot to equip the shields. Hey, it's not. I think that's the first shield that we've equipped that hasn't been cursed in like 3 or 4 tower runs. Probably more like 2 or 3 tower runs. But anyways. What about the sword, though, is the thing. Because, yeah. Fuck! Oh, that sucks. Is he dead? Wow. Okay. Man, I really liked that Gulf Wand, too. Oh well. Doesn't seem like it does too much less damage, but even so. And I forgot to turn off the mixture magic anyways, because, yeah, it seemed... Because, yeah, since those trolls are fire types, the lightning spell doesn't... the wind spells aren't really doing that much damage, so I thought, okay, I'll switch over to physical damage, and... actually, I'm not really sure if that's... Yeah, I'm pretty sure you actually deal more damage by, like, disabling the mixture magic and switching over to... Oh, shit! Clown, get back here! What are you doing? Oh, you moron! Of all the... I was, like, right there! What are you thinking? I guess what I could do to get him back is I could just dive for the exit. Oh, son of a bitch! Okay. Baku. Ah, damn it! Baku, you take care of this. And then I will be able to continue chasing my clown. Because, yeah. Okay, yeah, okay, perfect. What the hell was his problem there? I have no idea why he decided to, like, just said... Oh, I see, it's because, No, there's absolutely no reason why he can't follow me there. It's just because he's a retard, apparently. I guess is the thing. Or maybe he's just trolling me. He is a... You know, he is a clown. Maybe that's just his idea of, like, terrible clown humor. Because, you know, clowns are all about... I don't know, the terrible jokes where they just choose to wander around the tower for no... Oh, no, okay. This was the point where he got lost, actually, and I understand why now. It's because, yeah, that ledge is too high for him. So, okay. Even so, though, it's like, oh no, Master went up, like, over this ledge that I can't climb. Let's go look for him in completely the opposite direction. But, anyways, technically, though, that was my bad. I should have known I should have known better. I could have just carried him. So... yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna remember what I was originally talking about before I got into my whole Dark Souls save data tangent. Oh, right, something about memorization in video games. No, that was... oh, right, yeah, being able to approach games from a fresh perspective. And that was the cool thing about Dark Souls, is I found that even though I remember all the areas, like I was saying, I know how to get everywhere, and I can just choose where I want to go and just go there, because I remember how to get everywhere. Even so, I was surprised at just how much I've forgotten about Dark Souls 2 already. Like, it wasn't that long ago that I played through the game. It was like... I think I ended up buying it like a month after it came out, I think. Something like that, about a month after it came out, and I played through it over the... I can't remember exactly when that was. It feels like it was like... maybe like 5 or 6 months ago, I think, that I played through Dark Souls 2. And it's like already replaying it right like this week. I'm just really surprised at all of the stuff that I've forgotten about that game. There's like entire bosses that I've completely forgotten about and had to like relearn how to fight them from scratch, basically. And whole entire areas that I completely forgot about too. It's like amazing how much I've forgotten about that game. And it's really cool. It's like I get to come, just like I was saying, I get to sort of come back to it almost like it was new. In like certain regards. There's like all this stuff I'm sort of re-experiencing for the first time. And apart from that, just all this new stuff that I actually am experiencing for the first time. I didn't mess around with magic at all my first time through Dark Souls 2, and this time I'm playing with a magic-based character, so I get to see what that's all about. It's like a whole new game. Oh, video games are so great, you guys. You have no idea. But that's a terrible... I guess everybody has those little, like, you know, little verbal, like just nonsense phrases or sayings, or I don't know what to call it, like verbal tics that they just throw into their sentences for no reason, even when it's not applicable. And I guess one of mine is, "you have no idea," which is a terrible one because it's obviously not true in this case. It's like, oh, all of you guys out there who spend your time watching incredibly obscure YouTubers play through video games, you guys have no idea what video games are all about. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant to say there, and that's exactly what I mean to say when I say you have no idea. It's just like, yeah, I've honestly, or okay, that's actually not even true. I was going to say that I've been trying to like kind of improve on that kind of stuff and not, you know, not be saying like so much like but in my commentary. It's like it's not so much that I've been trying to like get that stuff out of my commentary so much as I've been sort of watching my own videos and noticing it and feeling bad about it and thinking that I should do something about it to stop with the you know, the likes everywhere and the ums, but also the buts, all that kind of nonsense that I just throw into my sentences all the time when I'm doing this LP thing. And it's just like, yeah, I'd like to really get rid of those and actually be like a competent speaker. That's kind of what the LP thing was like all about in the first place for me. Not really an issue anymore. I kind of don't... Or I guess I could go... I guess... Yeah, not everyone... Or yeah, in fact, I bet almost no one has been following my channel here since the beginning. I could go back into... Oh, shit! 7 damage. We're still at the point where I guess 7 damage... Because, yeah, the clown here is super fragile, so, like, 7 damage is going to be significant against him, like, even for a while yet. But, I guess, briefly, so kind of the reason I got into LPing in the first place was I kind of wanted to sort of practice my speaking, actually. Because I had been out... Part of it was also I was out of a job for a while, and so I was just kind of sitting around with nothing to do. And part of that was... Oh, great, and now I've got a rusted cursed sword, and my familiar's been warped away to some random place, and yeah, because he's so garbage on defense, he's probably gonna die, like, any moment now, I'm thinking. So that kind of sucks. Ooh, or I could just go to the next floor, and then he's saved! Nice. Seemed like he was nearby, anyways. Oh, and this will be nice. We've got a lot of water familiars on this floor. But anyways, yeah, I was out of a job. I was kind of looking around, not too hard to try and find a new one. But and yeah, basically, I like severely flubbed a couple interviews where it just like went absolutely atrociously. I was like just like stuttering and stammering and tripping over my words, and just things like wouldn't come to my mind to like ask me easy questions, and I couldn't think of the answers to them. There's like stuff that I should know, just like basic technical stuff about like just like how does the internet work, and it's like stuff like that I would not be able to answer those kinds of like just like simple broad technical questions in any sort of clear fashion. Basically I just like made an ass out of myself in a couple of job interviews, and I felt like, and then so yeah, no, apart from like getting apart from being out of work in general, and then also combined with that, I just felt like a real piece of shit for a really long time. And so I figured, okay, let's actually do something about this to try and improve our ability to actually talk about things without looking like a complete dumbass. And so I thought, okay, I've been watching these LPs on YouTube for a while. That's a thing I could get into. It's sort of something I'm interested in. Or actually, it wasn't LPs. LPs was the second thing. First off, I was sort of rewatching. I was getting big back into anime, really big during that time, which sounds really pathetic. It's even more pathetic. It's like, yeah, I was out of work and sort of barely kind of not putting a lot of effort into looking for a job and spending all of my days watching anime. And it was like really bad anime too. It's like, I mean, I guess I've already outed myself as a former fan of like dating sim type games, so I guess you guys probably wouldn't be too surprised to hear that I like watch a lot of like the ecchi bullshit. Like I can't even remember what types of titles were popular at the time. I think there was that one. It was like it was this harem show where there's like a bunch of supernatural. There was like a vampire girl and ghost girl, and that honestly, that's like every freaking anime ever made at this point, honestly. Oh, I think this poison. Okay, actually, it looks like poison is like a percentage of his maximum HP, so that's fine. He probably won't die. God, all the traps! Jesus. Seems like I've been having more trouble with traps lately. Anyways, I was getting really big into... And that was the only type of anime that I watched, but it was like the kinds of animes that you would be like in... Like, that if you're like a... And again, with the fucking likes. If you're a fan of anime, these are like the kinds of animes that you'd be embarrassed to let non-anime fans know about. It's like, oh, what was the... I can't remember. I'm not so big into those shows anymore, really. And honestly, a lot of it is, as you can tell, they're just so freaking forgettable. It's like, I literally cannot remember, like, the title of a single one of these shows that I was watching. And, I can't remember the titles, and if I were to describe the plot lines to you, it's like, oh yeah, there was the one harem show with the... it's like the monsters and stuff, and there was or I think there was one where it was pretty much the same plot. It was like, only instead of like being a bunch of different supernatural beings, it was like it was just all vampires. I think it was the vampire harem show. And honestly, yeah, that could describe like 50 animes at this point. So, but anyways, I thought it would be kind of fun too, because I kind of approach those kinds of shows with like a bit of self-awareness. Like I'm aware of like just how terrible and shitty these shows are. So I thought it would be fun to do like a kind of an anime review show where I kind of get some appreciation for these shows, with again some kind of also making fun of them at the same time, like some kind of tongue-in-cheek stuff. But basically what I found is I have like no sense of humor whatsoever. So I thought, okay, that's really not going to work out for this kind of format of show that I have in mind. So what other kind of, YouTube on-camera speaking thing could I do instead for like a person, like a really dull person with no sense of humor? And LPing, it turns out, was the answer. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into LPing in the first place, was to basically improve my speaking ability and try to get better at, just basically to train up my ability to talk about things without, clearly, and actually get my thoughts across in a relatively more straightforward manner, which and then actually pretty shortly after that I got a job anyways, so I don't know if it probably wasn't as a result of the training up the speaking ability on YouTube or anything, but so yeah, basically it was all irrelevant in the end, probably, but so yeah, that's not so much a concern of mine anymore, really, if you couldn't tell. But anyways, that's kind of how it all started. But I still kind of enjoy it, so I still keep doing it. Although, honestly, I should... Yeah, the thing is, I don't even really know what to do to improve on that kind of stuff. Like, I just kind of speak without really thinking too much about it. So it's like all this nonsense, the likes, the you knows, the sorta kindas, all that stuff that I just throw into my speech constantly without thinking about it. It's just like I don't know how to get that out of there because I just say them without thinking about it. It's like, how do you really... I have no idea what you have to do to like train yourself out of those kinds of bad habits. I'm really impressed though by the people who are able to like actually speak without resorting to all that sort of nonsense. Anyways, that's a super long tangent. Although, yeah, we're kind of at that point in the LP now where I'm almost out of stuff to talk about with the game, and we're kind of just at the point where it's basically just going to be story time with Jasu, basically, for the rest of the game. And then sometimes... Oh man, that's actually a frightening prospect. I'm terrible at off-topic discussion. Actually, well, that said, there's still a bit of stuff left in the game to kind of dissect. For example... Oh wait, no, that's just a wind seed. I don't know why I thought that was a different... So the thing is, the plan right now is to fuse the Manova with the squid. The problem with that is that the squid... Or actually, is that right? No, we need a fire seed. Because yeah, basically the way that fusion works is the higher... First of all, it's based on element, so if basically the monster with the stronger element... will overwrite the other monster. So for example, if I fuse a fire monster with a water monster, the water monster will be... The monster that comes out of that fusion will be the water monster. They'll be the primary type that comes out of that fusion, because water beats fire. So, but if you fuse two monsters of the same type, then the monster with the higher level will kind of overwrite the lower level monster. So for example, if I were to fuse my clown here with my squid, the clown would replace the squid, and I'd have a clown with the squid's electric counterattack ability, because wind beats water. Whereas if I were to fuse my Manova with my squid, the squid would actually overwrite the Manova, because they're the same type and the squid has the higher level. So the way around that is to use these seeds, actually. So if I were to feed... Or actually, I can feed him the wind seed because he's a wind type to begin with. So if I feed... Oh wait, oh no, it was a wind type, because yeah, wind... Wait, no, wind is weak to water? I'm terrible with the element. It's like, okay, fire or water... No, it was, yeah, wind beats water. So yeah, I did need that wind seed, so that was kind of stupid of me. Oh well, maybe we'll find another one. But anyway, so if you want your lower level monster to replace the higher level monster, or if you want your weaker element monster to replace the stronger element monster, then you need to use these seeds to manipulate them. So if I feed a wind seed... I guess you could do it with either seed. Either you could feed the seed... God damn it, again? Good grief. So yeah, if I... Ooh, Shomuro, that's... Oh, that's a permanent increase to defense too. That would I actually would like to get that on my clown if he survives long enough for me to feed it to him. But yeah, so for example, if I were to feed the wind seed to my Manova and then fuse him with the squid, then I would get a Manova out of that because the wind beats water. So even though the Manova is at the lower level, he will overwrite the squid because he'd be a wind type. And then I just use a water seed to change him back, and then everything's fine. But it's a bit, like I said, it's a bit convoluted. It's kind of one of those things where it's like Yeah, it's basically an example of what I was talking about earlier, about how fusion can be a bit convoluted and annoying sometimes. And again, yeah, and another part of that is that, yeah, it has to be done inside the tower, too, so you actually have to, like, get your monsters out of the vault and bring the right type of seed and a wind crystal into the tower to just do all that kind of, just simple maintenance stuff. It's like, so, it'd be so much just more convenient. Okay, so he's dead. Nothing I could really do about that. Or, do we know where the exit is? Okay, we don't, so... Okay, so at this point, I think... We haven't found any... Or I guess we've skipped a floor or two, so I guess that would explain why we haven't come across any monster eggs yet. Or actually... Yeah, we've got plenty of pita fruits to spare, and I think I'm a bit low on levels, so I will actually bring out Baku, and yeah, he'll take care of things at this point. Because yeah, we've got plenty of pita fruit, so basically, yeah, we've got MP to spare for Baku. And then at this point, I think I mainly just want to dive. I think I'm gonna go for the water medallion. Oh god, did I not talk to the... Yeah, I'm reasonably sure that I've talked to the pool guy at this point. I'm trying to remember now. Whatever. If I haven't, I can talk to him next time, but I'm pretty sure that I did. Or you know what, I already used the treasure finder thing, so... Baku, what are you doing? Get over here. We're fighting a monster. Get on point. But, yeah, we know our, there's no more treasure on here, so we might as well go up a floor. And so yeah, I think this will be a progress run. So we want to go up to floor, I believe it's floor 25 to get that. And then yeah, so then we'll have the water medal, and that'll open up the pool, which will... Actually, I believe that'll do absolutely nothing, because you actually need to finish one of the romance subplots in order to start seeing your girlfriends there in swimsuits. So yeah, water medal, literally useless at this point, but it's something to shoot for, I guess. And you know, along the way we'll get, you know, treasure and stuff. And we can sell that for, you know, money or something. Oh, right. That's stupid. I don't know why I was just thinking like, Baku, what the frick are you doing back there? Get it? Oh, right. Single file. This will work. Okay, I'm really afraid of that frickin' lowdown spell at this point because, yeah, since Baku's getting up there in levels, yeah, the lowdown spell is, like, really super annoying. Actually, you know what I can do? Is that. That did not work out at all like I was expecting. But, yeah, he can just one-shot him anyways, and then we take him... Or actually, is he still gonna, like, get his ass kicked by... Oh no, 2 damage. That's good. That's what we expect when you take a level 20 monster against, like, a level 8 monster, or whatever this is. That's how it should be. Even with the element disadvantage, all is right with the world.